sister.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another start of a travel series. For the people who don't care about my travel series, you probably even click on this video, they just unsubscribe. But the people who do and you're listening to this right now, hello, and probably welcome back, because I feel like most of y'all tuned into the Korea one. Hey guys, how you doing? Yes, it is the start of another travel series, and probably the last for a while, because after this it's probably time for me to get a job. Anyways, for those of you who tuned into the South Korea travel series finale, you may already know that we are going to Japan and Korea again. We'll get to that. As usual for every travel series other than New York, the first video always starts off with kind of the planning video, the planning journey. But for this video, it's probably going to be a little bit different because I haven't vlogged prior to today as much as I usually do. And the flight is literally 15 hours away. I'm filming this at 10 p.m. and the flight's at 1 p.m. So if I did the math right, it's 15 hours away. In my previous planning videos, I kind of showed you guys the stress of pre-trip process and also all the planning we've done. This video may be a little different because I feel like as we travel more, my sister and I, the Google Sheets that we use start decreasing. Like for LA, we have 1 million sheets in one workbook. In Seoul, we use like half of those. And then New York, we only used one, which was the budgeting. And for Japan, we use the important ones, which are mainly the calendar, with all our stuff and things to do for that day, and budgeting. To be honest, we did do a bit more different things for the Japan trip, but we'll get to that. So we're gonna think of this video as part planning, but also part what you can expect from the daily vlogs that will probably be coming soon, because every time I do a travel series, I post twice a week. Anyways, we've always, my sister and I, wanted to go to Japan as kids. I think mainly because of anime, as well as, you know, just seeing people talk about Japan and the city life and, you know, technology and things like that. But for me, it was mainly Naruto. Like, I always told my mom that I want to go to Japan and buy a bunch of Naruto merch as a kid. I've always told my mom that. Let's see if I stay true to that, because, you know, I don't need any more things, but I do want to buy a bunch of Naruto things still. For the last trip, the Korea trip, initially we wanted to go to Japan, but obviously because of COVID, they didn't accept tourists at the time. So we went to Korea instead. But now that we've traveled to, you know, one of either Korea or Japan, and we kind of know what culture shock and barriers and things to expect, I feel more at ease than going to Japan now, because we experienced that in Korea. If you guys tuned into the Korea travel series, you know how kind of scared I was about a few things. So you may be like, Tina, how come you're going back-to-back traveling? It hasn't even been a year since you went to Korea yet. Well, the excuse, I mean, obviously we want to go to Japan, but the excuse was that this is, you know, kind of like my graduation trip, because if you didn't know already, I just finished up my last semester like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And this is kind of my graduation trip because it's like, you know, if I'm gonna get a full-time job soon, isn't it kind of embarrassing if I already have vacations 1 year into the job or something like that? So it's like, you know what, let's just get this over with. And for those of you who know me, and you probably already know this already, is, you know, I'm poor, I'm broke, how is she affording this? And those of you who tuned in, you already know that one, I use my life savings, and two, my sister is funding majority of the trip until I pay her back when I have the money to pay her back. Anyways, so that's that. But the planning process of this trip, a lot of it was my sister, because she had a lot of places she wanted to go to, while I'm like, you know, I'll just go to the districts and go around whatever out. And other than Naruto, like, that's the only thing that I have to do, the Naruto amusement park. As compared to Korea, where there was a bunch of things that I wanted to go to for like my BTS stuff and whatever. So that was a main difference of this planning process, which is why this planning video will probably be shorter than the others, because there's not much to say on my end. But prior to this, I wanted to prepare some things. One, which would be learning the Japanese alphabet. So it was a struggle, and everyone online is like, no, once you learn the Japanese alphabet, it's so easy, like, it's so easy. Meanwhile, there's like 4 different alphabets or something. I don't know, I struggled a lot. Mind you, I only did it for like 1 day, so maybe I didn't put my heart into it. But compared to learning the Korean letters, it was so hard. So I was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna give up. But learning the Korean letters was so much more easier for me, especially because there's like repetitive stuff. Maybe I don't know the repetitive stuff for Japanese language, Japanese alphabet yet, but it was a struggle for me, y'all, so we kind of gave up on that. But also I was like, I don't want to say busy because yeah, I was busy with school and stuff, but I also had free time and I instead watched TikToks and did whatever, and yeah, that's on me. Another thing was, for the Korea trip, I was scared about, you know, being fat shamed, and hate crimes for being fat in Korea, but I didn't experience a lot of direct fat shaming in Korea, so that's why I feel like I was like at ease. I was like, whatever, I'll just be fat in Japan. So that's why I didn't become a skinny legend, but we bought the tickets like maybe 5 months ago, so how could I be a skinny legend in 5 months? And you know what, I thought I would be, because let me tell y'all, but in regards to being fat, in Korea, when we went to Everland, some roller coasters didn't have seatbelts that stretch or seatbelts that extend. So I was like, shit, I gotta be a skinny legend for these roller coasters. So starting January, I was doing like at-home exercises at like 4 a.m. every day. And then in February, my friend and I got a gym membership together. We literally went 5 to 7 days a week to the gym for more than 1 hour. In February and March and most of April. In April though, I haven't told you guys this yet, but in April for 2 weeks I didn't go to the gym because I got COVID. Caught from my sister and she spread it to me. So I didn't go to the gym for 1.5 weeks, not really 2 weeks. And let me tell y'all, I'm telling y'all, I went to the gym 5 to 7 days a week for 3-ish months, other than, you know, when I had COVID. And didn't do a drastic change in my diet, but I replaced, because you know I'm Asian, I eat a lot of rice for every meal, and I replaced half of my rice portions with broccoli. That's what I did. So I was expecting myself to become such a skinny legend. And I haven't lost a single pound. I haven't lost a single pound. Maybe it's because, yeah, you would be like, oh, it's because you grew muscles. But still, I didn't become a skinny legend. Because I know that in LA, for their Super Mario Bros. Roller coasters, there's a ride that has like a 40-inch waist max. Now, I don't remember what I am. But obviously standing up and sitting down, when you're sitting down, your waist is gonna be bigger. So I was like, damn, if LA is like that in America, then I'm definitely not fitting the ones in Japan. And that's why I got a membership. And obviously I will still not be fitting because I don't think my waist cinch that much. Anyways, oh, spoiler, yes, we're going to Universal. But I guess in New York, like for example, I remember in Korea, we had to walk up the stairs a lot. And you know, I was huffing and puffing, sweating. And then when we went to New York recently, we walked up the stairs and I was like, see, I'm not even huffing puffing that much. Also huffing puffing, but not a lot as in Korea. But also it could depend on the weather because Korea was hot and New York was cold. Small improvements, but still an improvement. Anyways, other than that, yeah, I think that's mainly my updates on the pre-planning planning process for this trip. But now let's get into our Google Sheets. So I'm just gonna show you guys the important sheets of this workbook. We don't need to look at the to-do list. Honestly, this workbook was copied from LA onto Seoul and then onto Tokyo, and we just kind of make changes there and leave things from previous trips. Let's get into the calendar, and you see everything's filled in here. 99% is the places my sister wants to go to and the places she saw on TikTok and stuff. Anyway, so we will be going, as you can see, May 9th, which is tomorrow. And then we're arriving on the 10th around the evening. In Korea, we arrived in the evening as well, and we went to Hype Insight because that was the only day we could go. Then the next day, we went to another Airbnb. That was our original Airbnb, and we had another Airbnb for Hype Insight only. But we went to another Airbnb and we literally spent the whole day in that Airbnb because we, you know, we were tired from all our suitcases and the jet lag and the airplane and everything like that. So we'll see how it goes for Tokyo as well. On our second day, we're going to Shibuya. And apologies, I know I'm going to pronounce everything wrong. And this is something I should have studied. Honestly, I have nothing to say. Like, y'all can just see and know. Anyways, third day, we're going to Harajuku. And honestly, I don't know what to tell y'all. Because I'm looking at the places in here and I'm like, I don't even know what these restaurants are. I don't even know what these places are. I don't even know what these dishes are. Because my sister chose most of them, so we're just gonna breeze on by. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a terrible this is a terrible planning video. 13. I don't know what cocoa is. I saw my sister put that and I thought it was like cocoa bubble tea, and then I searched it up and it wasn't. But anyways, but you can see we have a hair appointment at 12 p.m. Why is because we're going to Tokyo Assort Tokyo, which we keep seeing like their videos on TikTok and we're like, oh my gosh. At first I was like, no, I don't want to dye my hair, because my sister had her hair dyed in Hongdae in Korea, and it turned out a little like kind of brassy orangey for her, so she wanted to kind of get that fixed and make her more blonde. Initially she wanted to do it again at the same location, but I was like, no, I don't want to get my hair dyed, so you get your hair dyed and I'll just be out and about shopping in Hongdae, because we're only in Korea for 4 days, and you know, I need to get my BTS stuff. She was like, never mind, I'm not gonna go then. I don't remember if I remember this right, but and then one of us, I don't know if it was me, but I was like, I don't remember, but it was something along the lines of, well, if I do my hair in Tokyo, will you also do your hair in Tokyo? And we were like, yeah. So it was basically, we ended up having plans to go to the hair salon in Tokyo. Initially, we were with another hair salon, but we changed it to this one because my sister's like, you know, doing balayage and stuff. And the first hair salon more specialized in just like blonde full hair. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So my sister's getting her balayage fixed, and I am doing a full head of blonde. Yes, I'm gonna be back in my blonde era again. For those of you who are avid Tina watchers, you know that I DIY bleached my hair many times. I DIY bleached my hair in 2018. I DIY bleached my hair in 2020. I DIY bleached my hair in 2021. And then I ended up dyeing everything black and just stopping the journey. And then in 2022, late 2022, I just dyed my hair brown using a black pink box hair dye. And all of those are, I have vlogs for all of those of me trying to bleach my hair by myself. And as you know, each time I usually bleach my hair like 3 to 4 times. And then when I'm still not at the blonde that I want, lighter blonde, I don't bleach again. Instead, I dye it 500 million different colors and keep dyeing it different colors. And then just so now instead we're gonna get it done professionally and get blonde. Initially I wanted a blonde with a kind of light pink, like kind of faded pink look. Now I think I'm just gonna go blonde. A few months later down the road I can just dye it pink by myself, you know, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna go just blonde and stop dyeing a bunch of colors when I really wanted blonde. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a haircut. My hair is short already, but I'm just gonna do the go-to haircut, which is face framing and long layers, and we'll see how that goes. I'm a little scared about that though, because I don't know if I ever said this on YouTube before, but I said it in the Discord server a lot of times, I think. And it's that I've been having a dry scalp, would we call it dandruff? I don't know. Since middle school, maybe even elementary school. Every institution in my life, elementary school, middle school, high school, university, dry scalp flakes, and nothing works. I've used Nizoral, I use Salsa Blue, I use apple cider vinegar, I use Head and Shoulder, I use baking soda. Nothing fucking works. So yeah, that's why I feel like that's why I've never been to the salon, because I feel like they're gonna be like, ew, this bitch has a dry scalp. But I feel like hairstylists see that often, right? And I even searched it up. I searched it up on Reddit or Quora, and I was like, do hairstylists not like when people have dandruff or dry scalp? Most of the replies that I remember were like, no, it's totally fine. Just obviously have clean head, and your hair shouldn't be all oily and stuff. So hopefully for the best. I also did in my reservation though, I did a micro bubble spa treatment for the scalp, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, following the next day, Shinjuku. The next day, Tama, which is Sanrio Imperial Land, which is the Sanrio amusement park. And people on TikTok say that basically all around the area, like outside the amusement park, is also a bunch of other Sanrio things. So that's gonna be a fun time. The next day is Team Labs and Pokemon Cafe. So Team Lab Planet is the museum. Yeah, it's a museum. And we are also going to Pokemon Cafe. My sister booked that at 5 AM because she says it's super competitive and it books out fast. So we're going to Pokemon Cafe as well. The next day, Disney Sea. The next day, we're breezing through. The next day is a district that is Koreatown, and a district that is known for anime, so there's a bunch of anime things. And you may be like, Tina, aren't you going to Korea after? Why the hell are you going to Koreatown? Well, I saw a TikTok and I was like, whoa, this is a lot of things. Let's check it out. But to be honest, a lot of it looked like kind of like the fake merch that you buy at AliExpress or like Pacific Mall in Canada. But I'm mainly hoping to buy some Japanese BTS albums and also like Japanese merch. And then the next day we are going to Osaka. So we're going from Tokyo to Osaka, and you can see what we're doing there. The next day, another district in Osaka. The next day we're going to Universal Studios. We have an express ticket for rides such as Mario, and then also Harry Potter, Jaws. The only one else I can remember is Jujutsu Kaisen, and I was supposed to watch Jujutsu Kaisen in preparation for this trip, but I didn't because I had no motivation. So hopefully I watch that on the days before we go to Osaka and see how that goes. And then the next day is the Naruto and Boruto theme park, which I'm super excited about because love you Naruto. We bought the highest tier ticket, I believe, which is entrance to the park, as well as like getting a scroll to do the missions. And I think you save Naruto at the end of the mission or something like that. Anyways, I'm super excited for that. I love you Naruto, and I'm excited for the gift shop and Ichiraku ramen. Anyways, and then, oh my god, what the hell, that's the last thing we do in Osaka? Well, the next day is our flight to Seoul, and I believe we're arriving there early because it's only like a 2-hour flight, kind of like me going from Tran, New York. And then we're gonna go to Gangnam, and maybe we'll see the Kuromi that I lost at the Incheon airport. But to be honest, if I do see that Kuromi, I feel like I'm just not gonna get it because it's not like, you know, that Kuromi's gonna replace the one that I lost. But our hotel is in Myeongdong, so the next day it's either Hongdae or Myeongdong. The next day is Hype Insight. Not anymore, because I believe in January Hype Insight temporarily shut down for relocation. And you know, I was praying for it to reopen in time for this trip. And I was praying. And literally days, a week before, they still didn't announce anything. So I was like, hopefully they'll announce that they're reopening in time when we're already in Japan. But they announced it, I believe, yesterday, and they say they're reopening in June, which we won't be there. So it's like, how am I gonna go to Korea 2 times and I can't even go to Hype Insight Museum? Because if you didn't know, last time I went to Korea, the museum with the BTS stuff and whatever, it was closed. It was closed so they could undergo construction for the proof exhibition, but we made it into this like exhibition of another artist because the BTS museum one was, you know, our flight wouldn't make it. And at least we went to the gift shop and bought things, but it's like, I want to go to the museum. You know, it's just fake. I'm never gonna fucking go to Hype Insight Museum. So I don't know what we're gonna replace that with yet, but it's like whatever. And then the next day is Hongdae and Myeongdong again, one of the other. And the next day is going home. Yup. Moving on from this sheet to our next important sheet, which is budgeting. It's just a list of things that we have bought prior to the trip, and then we make a new budgeting list for the stuff that we buy during the trip in case we, you know, did splitsies or whatever. So here it is, plane tickets. I already paid my sister back for all the plane tickets, not the New York one yet, but for these 3 I paid her back. Hotels, so we have 3 hotels, obviously Tokyo, Osaka, and Myeongdong. Initially we were gonna have a shared room. But for our previous Korea trip, when we stayed in Dongdaemun, we had an Airbnb. This time we're doing hotels. And the Airbnb was like an apartment, and there was literally 2 bedrooms. So, you know, we had bedroom, living room with kitchen, bedroom. So we were separate, you know, and you know what, it was kind of it was refreshing because we had our own personal space basically, right? And you know, after seeing each other 24 hours a day, it's like, you know, sometimes I just need to be alone. Sometimes I don't want to hear your phone and you on TikTok. Sometimes I don't want to talk to you. It's just things like that, you know, it's the human life. We're both introverts here. We are sisters. So it's easier than being with friends 24/7, but still you get tired, you know? So we decided to instead book 2 hotel rooms. So we'll have our own hotel rooms in each hotel other than Myeongdong, because, you know, we can still share hotel rooms though. It's just like when it's, because we did that for LA. We shared a hotel room. We slept on the same bed for 2 weeks in LA, and we slept on the same bed for 3 nights in New York. But, you know, sometimes it's just fun. It's kind of a luxury. Of having separate hotel rooms. But my sister loves tuning into these travel vlogs, and after we booked these 2 hotel rooms, at first we wanted to book 2 hotel rooms, and then it kind of got brought up, and she was like, you know, I didn't know if we want to do it because you're broke. But to be honest, the price difference from having 1 hotel room shared and 2 hotel rooms separately, like, it wasn't that big. So, and I, you know, sometimes it's nice to pay the difference. I am personally scared though. that I'm alone and somebody might break in and I don't have my sister to support me. Other than that, after the Korea trip series and after us booking 2 separate hotel rooms, she was like, but you still have to do hauls for all the things that I buy. And she was like how she was sad that I didn't show her hauls in the Korea vlogs. So I didn't show the things she bought. And she was like, I liked it when you talked about the things I bought. So I'm like, oh, so I have to drag all your stuff to my hotel room to film the hauls for your stuff and then drag it back. But anyways, that's just, oh. Now let me show you guys some pictures. Here we have the Tokyo hotel, and then here is the Osaka one, and here is the Myeongdong one. I don't think there's a lot of pictures of our room. The Tokyo one has a washing machine, at least, like washing machine for each room. Osaka one and Myeongdong one don't. Other than that, yada yada yada, you guys honestly, you don't need to see the budgeting list. The budgeting list is mainly flights, hotel, foreign cash, and reservations and tickets for things. But anyways, and that is the main stuff that we have done for the Google Sheets. I also wanted to say that since this time around we did a lot of reservations and things and tickets and stuff, for Korea we didn't do as much, and if we had to buy tickets we bought it on the day of, like a walk-in, so that was more manageable. I feel like Japan has a bunch of more things, so that's why we also have a Google Drive. Well, we have a Google Drive for all our trips, but within our Japan folder, we have a Google Drive with flight confirmations, hotel reservation PDFs, and tickets and reservations and vaccines. So the tickets and reservations have like, you know, the confirmations of emails as well as the tickets with QR code scanning things and whatever. So that's basically mainly it. I feel like I have nothing else to say in terms of this. So other than just seeing our Google Sheets and hearing words, y'all will see it into action later when we get into our daily vlogs. I want to try to vlog better, like vlog in the moment. But you know, it's just always awkward, like not just because I'm in a foreign country, but also like in New York, it was like kind of embarrassing to just vlog. And you know what, maybe I might change up the vlogging style, because for the Korea one I kind of did like the neighbor map and I was showing you guys, and to be honest I feel like that was a lot of, it wasn't that much work, but it was work for something that wasn't that cute. Like I didn't like that style that much. So maybe it's just gonna cut to next place. I don't know, I'll think about it later. That reminds me though, Korea had their own domain for a map. Like they had their own map system. I thought that was helpful because it will help with accuracy, right? Even though it's kind of hard to search things up sometimes because it's in Korean, but I always find a way. Meanwhile, Japan mainly uses Google Maps. So I'm a little bit scared of that. We'll see how that turns out. I don't think it'll be that bad though, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. But I just wanted to say, like, I like how Korea had neighbor map and Papago, so it's more accurate with Korean translation as well as Korean navigation. And I don't know if Japan has one. I didn't see much of it. People say you could use Google Maps and Google Translate, so we'll kind of leave it to that. But otherwise, there's nothing left for me to say. So I'll see you guys later. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is the planning outfits video, and then I'll see you guys in the daily vlogs. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for watching. See ya.